Tonight is about insider trading. Yeah. Everybody's in on the fix but us. And our politicians. And it doesn't matter whether they're in Washington, D.C., or in the state of Texas, or wherever they may be at in the United States. Insider trading goes on, and politicians have access to information that gives them one up on everybody else. But there's another group also I'll get into. But I want to play you this video. It's about 2 minutes long. And listen to what this guy has to say. Now, he's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Listen to what he has to say. And I know you know about this, but you have to hear it again right now. Here we go.
She's always been a crook. She's always going to be a crook. And as you said, my expertise is in this insider trading, and she is by far the biggest insider trader in Washington. And in short, that's why she's staying there. As Speaker of the House, she's got an annual salary of $223,000 a year. Her net worth is $160 million. Okay, the Pelosi's have made $140 million from investments just since 2008. And look, no one's that good. Warren Buffett's not that good. He can't hold a candle to those kind of returns. What she's doing is using information she has access to as a member of Congress on the inside to make these highly leveraged, well-timed trades on stocks. She's been doing this for decades. That's how she's now worth $160 million. And that is the only reason she's running again. He's out, but Pelosi's not that smart. Let me give you some examples. Here's what she does. It's so dumb. March 2021, okay, this woman buys $5 million worth of Microsoft stock. 2 weeks later, the United States Army announces a $22 billion contract with Microsoft for augmented reality headsets. Pelosi sat on the appropriations committee that awarded the contract. And that's just one. Same year, December, she and her husband put more than $1 million in Tesla stock. A couple weeks later, her boy Biden signs by executive order mandating the entire federal fleet transition to electric vehicles. What do you think is going to happen to the biggest electric vehicle stock in the market? Yeah. Last year, June, she buys $5 million of NVIDIA call options. Now, these are a little more complex than stock, but really it's just a high-risk, highly leveraged bet on a stock. It's the kind of trade where you're either going to lose millions or you're going to make a small fortune because it has to happen quickly. Well, wouldn't you know, 2 weeks after she bought those options, the government announced the CHIPS Act. Now, this was where they gave $52 billion in subsidies and tax credits to these semiconductor manufacturers, the biggest one being NVIDIA. The stock has tripled since then. I can't even imagine how much money she made on that. She bought more call options on Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, right before the House Judiciary Committee was voting on antitrust regulations against the company. Shocker, the vote went Google's way. Pelosi made $5.5 million on that trade alone. So, I mean, these are just blatant insider trades, and that's I can't see any other reason she's staying there.
Yeah,
And I know I just saw someone else, I think in Biden's cabinet, you might know better than me, got in trouble with her stocks. And again, they did absolutely nothing.
Now, Nancy Pelosi and her husband has perfected that art form of insider trading. They have perfected it. She's 80-something years old, and she won't give it up for this very reason. She and her husband, like you heard, has amassed $160 million doing insider trading. And 140 of it was due to insider trading. That's what it's due to. Now, there are others. Let me tell you this. There are, and you can Google this. You can Google this. At least 97 current members of Congress bought or sold stock, bonds, or other financial assets that intersected with their congressional work or reported similar transaction by their spouse or dependent children. And this was found out by the New York Times. This is what's going on. But there is a group that makes even more money who's better at it than the people in the Congress and the Senate are, and that would be corporate insiders. Oh yeah, they make even more money. Even more money. And these corporations that and CEOs and everybody else that passes this information on to insiders, something needs to be done about it. Now, if this doesn't get your goat, I don't care what party you're in, what party, I don't care. We need to be in on the deal. Either the Congress needs to put a stop to this, and it's up to them to figure out how, or they need to make every bit of this stuff public. Public. It should be a requirement that when they get a contract, a big contract, that it's public immediately. And it should not be released to a congressman or a senator or their children or anybody else. It's absolute insanity. Now, if you want this to stop, I'd like to ask you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You going to sit back on your arse and do nothing? Say nothing? I suggest you contact your congressman and senator and tell them, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You either stop it or you let us in on it. We would like to make millions also. The average smuck out here that doesn't know what's going on or either doesn't give a damn what's going on. That's what I'm saying, everybody. That's what I'm saying. God, I mean, this is insanity. Insanity. They're cheats, they're crooks, and they're all in on it. Well, at least we know 97 are. But the Congress has to stop this. And you know, like they said, well, them or their families or their children. Hell, that's like what Biden's doing. Scamming the system and putting the money in the hands of his family. And eventually it comes back to the big guy. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But we will, at some point, get fed up. And I'm not going to shut up talking about this. We'll bring this up again and again and again. And yeah, we'll have a rally over in Fort Worth or Dallas, where everybody's welcome to come and speak their mind about it. Don't you want in on it? Don't you want insider trading so you can get wealthy? It's not right what's going on. And it's been that way for frickin' decades, everybody. For decades. Politicians insider trading and corporate insiders getting all the dope and that we don't get. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell. And an IPO is just, forget about that. You're low on a totem pole. You're low on a totem pole. The rich guys get it first. That's what happens. That's what happens. So we got to make it a fair playing field, everybody. If you're an investor and if you've got your retirement tied up in investments, you need to make sure that everything is on a level playing field for everybody, not just for the corporate insiders and the political insiders, whether they're in Washington, D.C., whether they're in Austin, Texas. It doesn't matter where in the hell they are. It's time for this to be taken care of. And yes, I will chase down my damn congressman and ask him about it. And the one asked him if he's doing any insider trading. Well, it's just what I'm saying. Just what I'm saying. Hey, this has been the Popeye rant for tonight, but I do want to mention a couple of things. This young guy right here, his name is, let me get it. Well, heck, I mislocated it. This young man is a former hockey player, and he died here just a night, I think just maybe last night or night before last. Ran a stop sign, everybody, close to his home, and plowed into the side of a car, and he died. And he was dating this young lady. So yeah, that's one of the Chrisleys, Savannah Chrisley. Yeah, and matter of fact, his name is Nick Kerdiles. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I mean, it's Kerdiles, Kerdiles. Dead at age 29. Man, you guys really, really be careful at these stop signs and so on. Take a good look at the intersection before you go through it. I mean, we've seen this again and again, and we want everybody to get home safe. But that was my rant for tonight, because Pelosi knows a lot of things. Yeah. She knows a lot of things, especially when it comes to insider trading. With that, everybody, have a great Sunday evening. We had a thunderstorm pass through just a minute ago. I think the temperature has got up to about 103 today. And we look forward for cooler temperatures, going to be in the 90s, low 90s next week. That's a relief, everybody. That's a relief. With that, everybody have a great evening. And join us on Geezer's Last Ride, September 30th. And look up the details at Sons of Liberty Riders MC in the events section on Facebook. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.